G'day and welcome. Today, I'm going to try and do something a little bit different. We're going to do a small gear review for you guys. Now, this mini gear review is going to be on this thing. Now, this thing here is our MSR Dragonfly. I just want to talk about it because right now, this is my absolute favorite bit of kit. So why did we choose the MSR Dragonfly? This MSR Dragonfly is a liquid fuel stove. For us specifically, the benefit of this MSR Dragonfly is that it runs on diesel. Our truck, our ute, our car, our Defender, it runs on diesel. So combining everything into a single fuel type just made sense to me. On an international overland trip, filling up a propane bottle can be, and most of the time is, a bit of a pain in the butt. This diesel stove is also designed as a hiking stove, but to be honest, I would not hike with it. When we hike, we take our jet boil. It's diesel. It doesn't matter how hard you try to not spill a drop of diesel, you're gonna spill a drop of diesel. All right, why did we go with the MSR Dragonfly? I did a lot of research. Like I mentioned earlier, we have MSR products, so I do trust the company. Secondly, it's diesel. I mentioned that as well. It burns on diesel, same as the truck. Another reason, it's super lightweight and super compact. If you follow us, you'll have seen that the video recently on Friday, probably, if I get this video out on time, showed that we were rejected from our travel to Australia. If you watch the video before that, you'll see that we got rid of just about everything we own in preparation for shipping to Australia. That included our LPG, our propane bottle. So right now we have no gas bottle. So I've been using this thing more and more and more than I usually would when we had the access to the propane bottle. And to tell you the truth, I am not missing propane at all. And to be honest, we very, very likely will not go back to propane. Since using the diesel stove, we've now been prepared to cook meals that take a lot longer to prepare and cook than what we ever did when we had the propane only. And the reason for that being diesel. It's unlimited. When we run out, we can just top up out of the truck's tank. Whereas before, anything that took a long time, for example, boiling potatoes or cooking fried rice. So I've talked about some of the benefits of this thing. I'll talk about some negatives. I would never use this thing to cook inside. It's a diesel cooker. You'll get the initial smell. It does soot up a little bit whilst it's igniting. So yeah, for sure, I would never use this indoors. But we've got a nice cooking area out here. As you can see, we've got an awning. When the weather's nice, we cook outside 90% of the time anyway. Now, this is not a typical gear review. I know a lot of gear reviews, they'll do the whole thing from unboxing the whole lot. I don't want to go into so much detail. I just want to show you guys how easy it is to use and why I love it so much. This is a pressurized diesel canister. I think this one's 600 ml. You can get bigger bottles like a liter, and you've got two valves. This one stays closed for pressurizing, and you open your main valve here. I always give it about 5 or 6 pumps. You'll feel it as you're pushing this in. You'll feel the pressure start to build behind it. From no pressure, I give it 20 to 30 pumps, I think is plenty. When I know it's got a bit of pressure in there, I give it half a dozen pumps and it's good to go. So we've got that open, this one closed. We crack this and it puts a small amount of diesel into a little catch can into here. Now you can watch it. Now don't open that thing too fast because it will spray up. You've got quite a bit of pressure in that main tank there. Let it come out. When you see that diesel start to come onto a wick down here, you just fire it up. I cheat a little bit again, let it spill out like that. So there we go, that's lit there now. We now turn that secondary valve off and we let the diesel catch in the catch can there and it heats up this little distributor. All right, I switched the camera off there, now I've switched it on again, but that literally took, I would say 60 seconds, maybe to 90 seconds. When that flame starts to die down, so when all that fuel is burnt up in the catch can there, you crack it. You turn it on and the pressure starts to flow. That's it. Very, very easy. All in all, I would say a couple of minutes to get it fired up to cooking heat. And this thing is super powerful. As you can see there. It's still burning off. When you see it flickering like that, it's still burning a little bit of the liquid diesel in the catch can there, but that'll go away in a couple of seconds. I'll turn it a bit down because I don't need it so high. I will say too that this does, if you put your pan on too early, when it's flickering like that, it does leave a little bit of black sooty marks on the bottom of the pan. We have an outside dedicated pan for cooking on, so it's not a big deal. But if you're patient and you wait for the flame to get nice and clean like that, it doesn't leave the black marks. I've only learned that recently. And you've got a nice clean flame there. There's no soot, no ash. A lot of people have asked me that about this MSR Dragonfly. Does it smoke a lot? No, only in that initial burning off phase. Yes, you get a bit of smoke, but once you're actually cooking, as you can see, there's absolutely no smoke. And I'll show you how far it goes down to. You can literally have it right down there on a simmer, fully adjustable flame. That's why this is a very popular liquid fuel stove. I will mention too, this thing burns, I can't remember exactly, you'd have to have a look online, but it's a multi-fuel stove. It burns diesel, unleaded fuel, or benzene, or gas as you guys call it in the States maybe, kerosene I think, and white fuels. Alright. If it's a little bit breezy, I'll put the little windshield around it that comes with the kit. And this thing too, I'm not going to do it all for the camera, but it folds up. So these legs on the side here, they all fold in. This thing folds over and it's super, super compact. Thank you, Steffi. She's pre-salted and seasoned the lamb chops with the rosemary. So as you can see, that threw the butter in there, and that was put on literally 2 seconds ago, and that thing is roasting. While the lamb is cooking away up there, I thought I'll nip underneath the Defender and show you guys that. That's a drain off of the auxiliary diesel tank that I installed a little valve on. That's where we fill the little diesel bottle. I'll fill that straight up from the tank. Now, I would highly recommend this even if you didn't want to make the move away from gas. Because it's a multi-fuel stove, I think it does run on unleaded or gas as well. Then you can use this thing whenever it's a nice day to cook outside and conserve your propane gas. All right, it's time to eat. So that's it for my little mini review there. I know it wasn't absolutely comprehensive. I didn't mean it to be. It's not an in-depth review. It's not an unboxing. It's not a how to set up. I just wanted to share with you guys what is right now my favorite and probably my most used bit of overlanding camping kit. I'm going to eat. Check out these bad boys. You ready, Steffi? Alrighty. Chef Steffi! Oh, look at this. You're in my video already.